Welcome to Computer Programming with Sherin. Today we are going to discuss about the multi-threading concept in Java. A thread means it's a single process. As you know, in computer, multiple processes will work on same time. Just imagine while searching some internet content, you are listening music in background. So the same time two processes are there. But in a single processor, how will be possible to work with both the process at the same time? So some scheduling algorithm will be there to handle this one. These two processes will divide it into small pieces, and from the first process 1, the first small piece will execute first, then others will be in a queue, and after finishing the first piece, from the second process the first piece will be a work. Like that it will change one by one, and if it is working very fast, we will feel that like both are happening on the same time. The same concept of persistence of vision, like in old films, if 25 pictures are going through our eye, in front of our eye within 1 second, then we will feel that it's a continuous images. So same concept here also will happen over there. Now in Java, how this multiple processing is bringing, that we will see now. In Java, to implement the multiple threading, we have two options: either extend thread class or implement the runnable interface. In both cases, we have to override a method called run. So with the example, we will see both. First, we will try to create thread by extending the base class thread, creating a user-defined class over there, class thread1, and we have to extend thread class, which is from java.lang package. It's a default package, so we don't need to import that, and need to override the run method. Inside the run method, you can give any task which should work from the separate thread. Here I'm just trying to print 1 to 10 only. We'll print line by line that I value. Now we have to invoke this one. For that, creating an anonymous object of first class, then we have to call the start method from the thread. Then only this will invoke the run and it will work. If you're directly calling the run method, then it will be a single process. And in main also, I'm writing a for loop, will print from 11 to 20. So it's a different output. Main thread is always the parent and others are the spawning threads or child threads, we can say. So now actually we have two threads over there. First one is this one and second one is main thread. But the printing statement or the task is given for both thread is very small. So by the given time, it may fully finish to print the task or fully finish the task. So we have to make it slow, then only possible to understand how it's switching. Anyway, I'll just show the working now first. Here see, somewhere it's switching. Like this much is printing, after that it's getting time to print the next one. Like that it's switching. But always it will not the same thing. Now, if we can make the process slow, then we will get more understandable output over there. For that, I'm calling a sleep method here. The sleeping time we have to give in milliseconds. So 1000 milliseconds means 1 second. So 1 second it should wait over there. Now here this sleep method has a signature of checked exception. So we have to handle using the try catch block. In catch block I don't want to print anything, but we have to handle that. Now the same thing we will apply inside the main also. Here thread is already extending, so we will get the thread sleep method directly. But here we have to call thread dot. Anyway, sleep is a static method, so I can call class name dot. Now again executing the program. Now we can see like it's waiting 1 second and trying to print. So both processing are switching in between. I will create one more thread. Now 3 threads are there, but these 2 threads will print 1 to 10 only. So it will be difficult to find out whether it is printing from this one or from the second one. So I'll do one thing. I'll try to print the default name of those threads from here using the getName method of thread. Now run the process again. Here we can see this is from thread 1, this is from thread 0. So by default thread name will be 0, 1, 2, 3 like that it will give. Or if you want to give your own name, you can give using the constructor. So I'll show how to give that one. First I'm creating a thread1 constructor, and as a parameter I will just pass the name also there. And here we can pass this name to the base class using super. Now instead of calling start from here one by one, this we can invoke from the constructor itself like this, and we have to pass some names for the thread. So first one I'm just giving first, and for the second one I'm giving second. So now instead of thread 0, thread 1, the name will change into first and second. See this, first and second, first, second, first, second. You can see this one. So I think this concept is clear for you. Now I will explain how to implement runnable method, and try will do the same process. So instead of extending thread, I am trying here implements runnable. So here I'm not passing any name, and in the start method is not visible over here because this is from the runnable class. So to do this one, we have to create a thread class, and as a parameter we can pass the current object, and that dot start we can call over there like this. And again sleep, that is not available, so we have to call thread dot sleep method over there. Get name is not there, so I will call thread dot current thread dot get name. Now create the object. So now it's okay. Run this. So we can see that thread 0, thread 1, it's switching and it's working over there properly. Now if you don't want to use the constructor, then that time to call the thread, you have to create an object of thread 1 class like this, and create a thread class object here itself, and as a parameter pass this t1, then call start method, or inside the new thread give this anonymous object that dot start you can call like this. So I think like how to create a basic thread using thread class and implementing runnable. Now it's familiar for you. Of course, in some other classes we will try more examples for thread. Now we will discuss about the file handling. If you want to know the properties about a file, you can use this concept. Or if you want to write a file or read a file, or want to take the list of files in a folder or folders in a folder, you can use this file handling concept. So first I will try to take the properties of the current file itself, example.java, because in my folder only one file is there, so I'm using the same thing over there. We'll create a file object over there which is from Java IO package. Here this one, f equal to new file. Inside this one, in double quotes itself, we can give the complete path of a file. Here I'm just giving only the file name, so it will try to take from the current directory itself. Now we'll try to print the properties over here. First I will try to print the file name itself. What is the file name? That is example.txt itself. Then f dot, here so many properties are there, absolute paths, parent path, like that, free space, total space, so many functions are available over there. I will try to check whether this like it's a file or not. Is a file, so I'm just using. So if you want to check whether it is a directory or not, you can use the is directory, is file, so you can use any one of the file. So this will say whether this is a file or not. Of course we know this is a file, so I'm writing like this. So this should print true. Then we can say can read, can write. The file concept we can check over there. I'll just use the read and write property over there. So this is the reading property, read. It will show true or false only, and write. And of course you can go with the executable, write. This will just print true or false only, like this you can. Here the file name is example.java. So we'll try to take the name and we'll check other properties. Just running the program and we'll check the properties. File name is example.java. That's a current file. Then is it a file? Yes, it's true. Readable, it's true. We can read and we can write over there. So all the properties are showing true itself. Now we will try to list the content from a folder. So here I'm taking C Windows folder. Either use the forward slash or use double backward slash, because backward slash has its own meaning, so you have to avoid the special meaning. So either use the forward slash or use the double backward slash. Now from here, if you are checking f dot, we can find out list file is given over there. This will list all the file and folders from a folder, and return type is file itself. So I will just give this inside a for loop. For file x colon f dot list files. Then we'll try to print f dot get name. So it will print the file name or folder name. And along with this, I want to print whether it is a file or a folder. So f dot, either we can use the is file or is directory. Is file we already used, so I am using the is directory. If it is directory, I will print is as a folder. Otherwise, I will print as file. So if you're just calling this one, you will get true or false only. So instead of that one, I want to properly print that it's a file or it's a folder. Okay. So here we are taking the file name of this X, then X is a directory or not. Okay. Now I will run and check the program. So here you can see in C Windows, different folders are there like add-ins folder. This is a file and this is a folder, like that. All the file and folder information it will print over there. Now the next thing, we will try to write something to a file. For that we have file writer class is there. So I will use that file writer. This is again from the IO package, giving the name as fr new file writer. I will give a file name, say sample.txt. I didn't given the complete path, so it will try to create in the current folder itself. Or if you want to write somewhere else, you can give the complete path over there. Now here it's saying that it's throwing some exception over there, so we have to handle it. It's a checked exception, so we have to handle that one. So I'll use the quick fix and will surround with a try catch block over there. Now it's surrounded with a try catch block over there. Here I'll try to print the object name so that we can identify the error over there. After the use, we have to release the resource. So f dot close also I'm giving here itself. Now if I want to write something, I can use the write function over there. So this is going to create a new file and it will write over there. If that file is already existing, then it will rewrite that contents over there. Here I'm just giving hello world. And if existing file, if you want to append something, you can go with the fw dot append. Then one more message I want to write, last line. Okay, so 2 lines are already there. This should be going to the next line, so I'll use the /n here. Without /n, if you're writing, it will be in the same line itself. Now we can run and check this file. Running the program, successfully completed. It's created a sample.txt and you can see this is created over there. Now we'll try to read the contents from that sample.txt. For that I'm creating an object of file reader, fr equal to new file reader. Also this is from the IO package, trying to give the sample.txt itself. Here it's showing the exception, so we have to use the try catch block, modifying the printing message. After the use, we have to release this fr. Now file reader contains a read method, but it will return integer value only. So we will get the ASCII values. So one by one, so many characters are there. We have to read entire thing. So I'll use a infinite loop here. Then that integer or ASCII value trying to read inside a integer variable. And last character will be negative value. So if n is -1, we can stop the loop. Otherwise, we have to print that n value. But if you are trying to print the n value, that means it will print the ASCII value only. So we are getting an IO exception over there. I'll do one thing. Instead of file not found exception, we'll directly handle with exception itself. Okay. Now we'll run and check the output. This is printing the ASCII values. If we need the character, we can convert this into character using the typecasting. Now integer value is converting into character using the typecast method. See, this is the output. And again, if you want to read as a string itself, then we can take the help of scanner class, which we studied already. So here I'm just replacing with that sc equal to new scanner. Inside this, just give the file reader object over there instead of giving system.in, which we tried already. Now we are reading from the file, so we are giving that fr. Then if sc has next line or next you can use, then only need to continue. Means end of the file we have to find out. Now we'll print that value sc dot read line. Here sc dot next line I'm using for this one. So this will read the content and it will print over there. If you want to write inside a string value, you can write string s equal to sc dot next line. Now after releasing the file, I'm trying to release the scanner also. Now run and check the program. Here we can see this is printing, but line by line we have to print. So use the println. Now run the program again. Here you can see this one. Instead of sample.txt, you can give this example.java file also there or some other file with full path. This is in current directory, so I'm just giving the file name. Otherwise, you have to give the full path. Run it, can see like it's printing the same program again. So I think that file handling concept is clear for you. Today's class I'm winding up here. If you like the video, please press the like button, subscribe and share. And if you have any doubts, put it in comment. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.